Mastering the Art of Productive Busyness Abstract. This article explores a framework called Productive Busyness. The framework aims to help professionals accomplish more work in less time by optimizing prioritization, focus, processes, and self-care. It is based on 3 core principles supported by research: prioritizing the highest value tasks, minimizing distractions through deep work sessions, and streamlining processes for efficiency. The article outlines strategies within each of these areas, including setting goals, saying no to low-priority tasks, blocking focused work time, documenting standard operating procedures, and implementing self-care routines. Examples are provided of how these strategies have been applied successfully in organizations. The overall framework is intended to provide a sustainable approach to boosting productivity and workload capacity without increased stress when fully adopted as a lifestyle philosophy. One theme that consistently emerges from both my research and client work is the struggle many professionals face with managing their time and workload effectively. In today's fast-paced business environment, we are all expected to take on more responsibilities and achieve more goals than ever before, yet the hours in the day remain the same. For high-achieving leaders and individual contributors alike, finding new ways to maximize productivity and minimize wasted effort is a constant priority. Over the past decade, through a combination of academic studies in fields like organizational behavior, interviews with hundreds of executives and knowledge workers, in addition to my own experiments with various time management techniques, I have developed a framework called Productive Busyness that I believe can help anyone learn to accomplish more in less time. Today we will explore the core principles behind this framework, then provide practical strategies and actionable tactics for getting more done each day through optimized prioritization, focus, process improvements, and self-care habits. Mastering the art of productive busyness before diving into specific strategies. It is important to first understand the foundational principles that define what I call a productively busy mindset and approach to work. According to research on work optimization, 3 factors have the biggest impact on how much we can achieve through our efforts. Cox et al. 2018 Prioritization. Focusing primarily on the highest value activities that directly support your key goals and objectives. Minimal distraction. Working without interruptions in dedicated sessions of deep focus on one task at a time. Process efficiency. Structuring your work in a streamlined manner through documented systems and routines. The practices of productive busyness are designed around continuously refining these 3 core aspects of one's work. Like any new discipline, it requires ongoing learning, experimentation and adaptation based on what is effective for your unique role and responsibilities. But done right, it enables taking on massive workloads without loss of quality or increases in stress levels. Prioritizing effectively through clear goals and accountability. Establishing clear priorities begins with setting measurable goals that are personally meaningful. Without a well-defined set of objectives, it is impossible to determine high from low-value activities with confidence. Research shows that setting specific, time-bound goals and reviewing progress frequently, weekly or bi-weekly, keeps us accountable and drives significantly higher achievement rates. Lock and Latham. 1990. For example, at a major technology company I worked with, we helped senior executives create annual OKRs, objectives and key results, that cascaded down to their direct reports. By quantifying goals and reviewing performance against them each month, these leaders were able to optimize resource allocation and maximize efforts on their 3 to 5 top priorities. As a result, most achieved 120 to 150% of their annual targets, freeing up more time for strategy work. When priorities are clear, saying no to low-value tasks gets easier. It is then about guarding your time judiciously for the actions that move the needle. For knowledge workers and individual contributors, a weekly review of your to-do list against goals can help prune non-essentials and keep focus where it counts most. Guarding your attention through deep work sessions once top priorities are identified. Actually accomplishing them in the limited hours of the day requires protecting large blocks of uninterrupted focus time for cognitively demanding, deep work. Newport. 2016. With workplaces more distracting than ever due to open office environments and constant notifications, minimizing interruptions has become a critical capability. Research indicates immersing yourself in a single task without interruption for at least 30 to 45 minutes allows the brain to fully sink into a state of flow where productivity peaks. Gallagher. 2019. For many knowledge workers, blocking out dedicated hours for uninterrupted work 2 to 3 days a week can boost output by 20 to 30%. To practice deep work, some techniques I have found effective include physically going to a distraction-free location like a conference room or local cafe to work using apps like Freedom or Self-Control to block distracting websites and apps for hours at a time, setting an out-of-office message when in deep focus to deter unnecessary interruptions, streamlining your processes for consistency and scaling while prioritization and focus optimize effort allocation. Process efficiency optimizes each step to avoid wasted motion. Research shows codifying routines and systems for repeatable work can boost individual productivity by 20 to 50%. Dewig. 2016. When tasks have structured, optimized processes behind them informed by best practices, more work gets processed with less room for error. Some ways I have seen organizations establish more efficient processes include documenting standard operating procedures and checklists for common recurring tasks, automating manual or mundane work using tools like macros, APIs and simple scripts, breaking large projects into smaller milestones, deadlines for accountability, establishing quality control checkpoints to catch issues early. In one media startup I consulted for, we documented their content creation workflow, then streamlined approvals and integrated an autonomous publishing tool. This trimmed days of calendar coordination down to an automated one-click process, freeing hours each week for more strategic work. Process optimization is about continuously refining workflows based on measurable impact, preventing burnout through self-care. While the strategies above can help one juggle more responsibilities, sustaining such intense workflows long-term requires deliberate self-care. Research shows professionals who maintain work-life balance experience far less burnout and higher job satisfaction over careers. Devereaux et al. 2009. Neglecting to recharge regularly can sabotage even the best-laid productivity plans. For many successful leaders I have worked with, non-negotiable self-care routines involve blocking off vacation days and avoiding work communications while away, exercising at least 30 minutes daily for physical and mental refreshment, socializing with family, friends outside of work at least once per week, unplugging from technology at least 30 minutes before bed for proper rest. Some productivity experts also recommend planning one renewal day each month for deep rest. Hobbies or personal development. Sustaining a high-performance mindset over decades requires recalibrating periodically to avoid emotional depletion over time. Conclusion: mastering true productivity as a lifestyle. In summary, the framework of productive busyness provides a foundation for squeezing more meaningful work into each working day and career through prioritization, focus, process improvements, and self-care disciplines. While the specific tactics require adaptation to personal preferences and roles, the core principles remain translatable across industries when fully ingrained as a lifestyle, not just a productivity program. With consistent practice and refinement over months, years, one can achieve a sustainable state of flow, where challenges seem manageable and meaningful impact effortless despite huge responsibilities. Mastering productivity is ultimately a self-mastery journey, but done right, it unlocks an ability to achieve more than once thought possible with the limited hours in each day. I hope the strategies outlined provide a useful starting point for experimenting with new habits and optimizing workflows based on measurable results. Productive busyness done long-term is the art of maximized contribution and lifelong career development.